Okay, welcome to your first live lesson. We're going to look at fact families before we start doing our traditional algorithms with addition and subtraction in order so that we actually fully understand the relationship between addition and subtraction and the inverse properties. Now, what I mean by the inverse properties is basically that they're a good part of the family, and what you can do to one, you can do the other. Sort of like, well, you may know it in the junior end as turnarounds, okay? But in the senior end, we call it an inverse operation. So what we're going to do is some fact family learning, and in our family, there are always three numbers, okay? So I'm going to use the numbers 35, 20, and 15. Okay, now in each family, there is always a bigger number and two smaller numbers. Okay, you're going to see why later on. Now, what we need to do is we need to go, okay, we're working on addition and subtraction. We need to come up with some number sentences that use all those three numbers, because that is what the inverse operations are, and that is how we understand the fact families. So we're going to go, I'm thinking of an addition one. Oh, okay, I can do 20 plus 15 is the same as 35. Okay, now you notice I didn't really have to do any thinking, because all I'm doing is just using the three numbers that I've already identified in my family. So I've got 20, because I've already got it up here, I've got 15, and then I've got 35. Now the biggest number will always be at the end in addition, because when we put the two together, they're going to get bigger. So that's the easy part of it. So now what we have to do is we have to do another addition sum, number sentence, and we have to do it a different way. Okay, so all we do, so we know that the 35 has to be at the end, because that is the biggest number. That cannot go anywhere else. Okay, so if you really want to, you can just put the 35 at the end, because that's it. That's a no ifs, buts or maybes. Now what we have to do is we've got to do this one differently. So now we go, but we still have to use the two numbers in our family. We can't just create two random numbers, because they're not a part of our family. So we still have to use 20 and 15. So now what we do is we put the 15 first, and then we plus 20, and it's the same as 35. Okay, now there are our two addition number sentences. We cannot do any more, because we've already changed the 20 and the 15. We definitely can't put the 35 at the start with an addition one, because then we wouldn't end up with the biggest number. So we've done our two addition ones for our fact family. Now we have to come up with our subtraction ones. Now, subtraction being the total opposite of addition, we have to switch the 35 around, because in addition, the biggest number is always at the end. Subtraction, total opposite, needs to go at the start. So we can put our 35 at the start. Okay, don't even have to think about that one. Now the good thing is we don't have to do any thinking, because we know we have to use 20 and 15. Okay, that is a must, because they are a part of our family. We cannot put any other numbers in there. So 35 subtract, we'll go 20. Now you may not know what the answer is, but there's only one thing that it can be, because the only number we haven't used is 15. Okay, so we put 15 down there. Now we go to our fourth subtraction. We have 35 take away. Now we've already done 20, so now we need to do 15. So 35 take away 15. Now once again, if you don't know, it's simply you just look up here. All right, we've used 35, we've used 15. The only number left is 20. So that is how we do it, like that. And that there are the number sentences for our fact family using inverse operation. Okay, so our numbers in the family are up here. We've identified those. Then we've come up with our two addition number sentences and our two subtraction number sentences. Now the most important thing that you need to remember is you cannot bring in any other numbers into our family. Once we've got them, that's it. They stay there. And if it's addition, biggest number always goes last. If it's subtraction, the biggest number will always go first. Okay, so that will be our learning that we're going to do over the next few days. I'll have another video to show you how it's going to be utilised on DB, but this is what we're doing, and then we're going to move on to some traditional algorithms with addition and subtraction. But we have to make sure we understand the properties of both of these. So that's why we're doing this. So hopefully we can enjoy it.